Your field stabilized. Intaro Atun.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remaster. Today it's going to be Rich versus BISU here on Polypoid. RJB puts Rich into a group of players who give ultra pro players a very, very hard time, but are not quite at the same level. So, top right here, it's going to be our purple Protoss player. It is going to be Rich. And in the bottom left, it's going to be BISU, our blue Protoss. So, purple versus blue here on Polypoid. APM spamming is good. RJB says that Sins and Noel are in the same group of players who could be top-tier pros if they were a little bit more consistent on ladder. But the amount of times they give players like BISU and like Snow and Hero and Sulky and stuff good games and beat them is far, far too often to leave them out of replays that he sends to me. So, PvP here for those of you who like mirror matches. Although, does anybody like all the mirror matches? I feel like TBT fans maybe don't like ZVZ, and PvP fans don't like ZVZ, and I don't think there are any ZVZ fans in Brood War. Maybe every once in a while, right? Every once in a while you want to see a ZVZ, and that's why I do them every once in a while. But yeah, PvP and TBT are the more entertaining of mirror matches, and that is the case. So, early gas here from our Rich. Just a little bit early compared to BISU. Very, very good. And it's a giant 4-player map. So Zealots are not very good because they are so darn slow. So it's going to be a Dragoon opening. Cybernetics Core coming up right now. There we go. Cybernetics Core already warping in here from BISU. And it's going to be Dragoons versus Dragoons. Maybe some Archons will be thrown in. Maybe some DTs. Reavers are pretty much guaranteed to make an appearance here. Storm drops with shuttles. Maybe some Arbiters in stasis. I don't know. Man, if you like Arbiters and Recalls and Stasis and stuff, check out Flash versus a mysterious barcoding Protoss that RJB could not figure out who it was on New Bloody Ridge that I posted, I want to say yesterday? Check it out, man. So much Arbiter play. So much weird stuff that I've never seen before with Arbiters. So check it out. It's Flash. It's Flash. So I know you clicked on it, but if you didn't for some reason, or you didn't see it because YouTube didn't show it to you because YouTube says, I know what you want to see. I know. The algorithm knows what you want, and sometimes it doesn't, man. Anyway, check it out. Flash versus a mysterious barcode player on Bloody Ridge. And meanwhile, let's go ahead and see what's going on here with BISU versus Rich. Okay, so 2 gate. Here from BISU, 1 gate. Here from Rich. Alright, man. Very good. And he did make a Zealot. Okay, so we're just throwing caution to the wind here, eh? Are you going to expand? Are you going to try to expand from 1 gate against BISU? I highly, 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 highly doubt that that is a good idea here. Yeah, so 2 gates. Now we're pumping Dragoons twice as fast as before. Yes it is. It's a 1 gate expand in a PvP. Oh, I don't feel good about this. I really don't. Where's your probe, man? Here it is. Got to be a probe coming down here to go for that Nexus. Okay, but if you can get away with it. BISU. I think BISU's making some assumptions right now. I think Beast is assuming that Rich is playing this normal. He's got a 2nd gate. He's pumping Dragoons. So he's playing a little bit defensively. I do like that he's sending the probe out, being like, hold on. Is there aggression coming? Is there not? Because I'm pretty good at defending against 2 gate if I have 2 gates of my own. Ooh, he's getting a robo and not expanding either. This is dicey. This is really dicey for Rich. He's finally getting his 2nd gate and a 3rd gate going. So I like these little 2x2 Dragoons moving out. A couple scouting probes get killed, and I mean, this is Rich should not survive this. It's 3 to 4 Dragoons. It's BISU we're talking about here. Okay, now 3 to 2. Don't want to fight that. Really don't want to fight that. Why did I make a Zealot? He says. Another Dragoon pops out. But these guys are running the wrong way to meet up with their buddy. Is BISU going to try to expand? Oh, man. Yeah, high ground getting some early hits off there. Maybe trying to get your opponent to miss a couple shots if you're on the high ground in the situation is really good too. But he just manages to loop around, pull back, meet up with a reinforcement, and his second base is done, and BISU's just not even started yet. There we go. He's firing it up at 5:30, and it is full-on complete for Rich right now. So, making an OBS, worried about DTs, I guess. The tech has not been fast today from Rich. I don't know you need to worry about DTs. But scouting too, right? DTs are not all that observers are good for. Support bay, 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 support bay. Yeah! It's a support bay. Excellent. So, what do we got? Dragoon count is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. BISU somehow down in the Dragoon count right now. I guess that's maybe early expand. The benefits are starting to show up here. Ob sees this coming. See, scouting. Scouting. That could have been disastrous. Getting a couple early hits off. 2 Dragoons pop in. Defender's advantage kicking in. Here from BISU. Loving that. So now, yeah, this Zealot gets a couple hits off. It could maybe turn the tides a little bit. He's getting some hits off. BISU does not care. He doesn't care about that at all. Look at him. Stutter stepping. Wow. I think Rich thought he could do this, but nope. No, he could not. He's running for his life with his 2 Dragoons. BISU second base warps in. Zealot wandered all the way down in here. Got a kill. 1 kill. Good for you, man. Robotic support bay. Yes, coming in from Rich here as well. So both players are going to have a Reaver tech available. It'd be weird to make a robotic support bay and not make Reavers, but I mean, you don't have to. That's the trick about StarCraft, right? You can have the tech for something and never use it. So now who's going to be brave enough to take a third base? That's my question. You want to take this minerals only base as your third? It kind of looks like, yeah, that's what Rich wants to do. Maybe expand over here too, but I think this is just more early warning pylon than anything else. But seriously, hit that like button, man. This has been good so far. It's another BISU replay. We've had some BISU stuff recently for y'all. A flash replay. I mean, we've had Jadong on the channel in the recent weeks. We've got the Snows and the Soul Keys and the up-and-coming players like Royal and JYJ, right? We're trying to mix in the old heads with some of the newer blood that are winning ASLs and other premier tournaments now. I think BISU's going to get his third base first. Again, it's scary because you're like, man, I could save up money and get a third, but what if my opponent doesn't? And what if that money goes into like 4 more Dragoons that I don't have and then blah, I get rolled over? Remember, I made my guess. I made my prediction that this would be a third base for BISU before this was the third base for Rich. And man, he's just... Both players are like, yep, I could do it. I certainly could. It's just a very dicey... It's a dicey matchup. Because, again, Reaver drops and Storm drops are so common here that if you move out and don't catch something coming in and then suddenly your probe line gets massacred and suddenly you lose the game. So, you know, moving out across the map is a dangerous thing to do. You want to keep the vision up. This probe is for that. This pylons are for that. And yeah, third base, not anymore. This is a push out from BISU, or is it? Is it merely a feint, ladies and gentlemen? That's what I would like to see. Feints are fun. Feints can make your opponent panic a little bit. Maybe delay and expand. Maybe make a few more units than they wanted to. Again, more effective against Zerg. Both players going for shuttle speed right now. You don't want to do a drop without shuttle speed. But yeah, better against Zerg, where you force them to make units instead of drones, and they're like, ah, my economy's garbage. But in this situation, you're making probes nonstop anyway, right? 2 probes at a time on the way from BISU. Just fired up 2 there. Maybe we're actually not moving any more workers. I said that, and they might be done here at about 50. Yes, production tab says they're actually about done. 50 workers on 2 bases. Good. Probably want a 3rd base, too, fairly soon. Reaver connections! Bam, bam. Where are BISU's Reavers? Not here. They're in this shuttle. Oh, no. Bring them back. Bring back the Reavers. We need them to fight against this army of riches. What did RJB tell us about this? He said, Rich is not maybe a name that you know super well. He's not going to make it to the Final 4 of an ASL, but he is very capable of giving an insanely good game to players that are better than he is, in quotation marks, on the rankings. And that's what's great about esports. That's what's great about StarCraft, man. You can't look at 2 names on a piece of paper or on a YouTube video and say, oh yeah, this is easily just a win for BISU, because he's the better player. I mean, you might think that, but I recommend against thinking that way. Because 1 game of StarCraft, anything can happen in 1 game of StarCraft. It's the reason we have best of series for the later rounds of ASL. It's the reason ball sports have best of series too. Right? Basketball, best of series in the playoffs. Baseball has best of series in the World Series. Football. Okay, football goes 1 and done. Football is the 1 major ball sport that goes 1 and done with this stuff. But also, I think the... Ow. Okay, Reaver shots connecting back and forth. It's a beautiful mishmash of Dragoon hits. Scarab connections. Zealots trying to do stuff? Sure. Couple Zealots in here from Rich too. The Reavers of BISU just got destroyed. What the heck? Rich just crushed in here. He's up 120 to 99 supply. I was making fun of the Zealots, but maybe they were key to this whole thing. Maybe they were. Okay, but 3 Reavers on the defense here from BISU. Fall back. Reavers are slow. Their ability to get in here is tough. Man, 3rd base, though. But yeah, football goes 1 and done. Football, you play 1, you move on, or you go home. And so does March Madness, actually. So there are more ball sports that have 1 and done competitive setups than do best of series. But anyway, the point is, 1 and done is more exciting, as BISU does throw up his 3rd base before Rich does. It was a while after I thought it would happen, but definitely. Temple Archives coming in for Rich. He's like, oh, I could use a little bit of storm in my life. Yeah, both players got up to about 50 workers and then said, we're good. Dude, I totally thought Rich was going to win that game. I thought he was going to get so far ahead after wiping out those 2 Reavers and all those Dragoons of BISU's and pushing him that far back. Rich finally fires up his own 3rd base, but it is without gas. BISU's 3rd base has the Vespine. Who will successfully get a Reaver drop off first? I'm just going to count success as you killed a probe with your Reaver. Again, the money probably has to be put on BISU here. But I don't know. Oh, missed the pickup and took a couple extra hits on that shuttle that he didn't want to take at all. Yeah, Rich is working on Storm. He's getting leg enhancements for his Zealots too, and making a DT. He really feels like Zealots in this comp better than no Zealots, which is what BISU's going with. BISU's going with the 0 Zealot composition. Zealots are not good, he says. Dragoons are better. They have range. And it's like, well, yes, but Zealots are tanky. And they die slower than Dragoons do to Dragoon shots. So... Also, they can absorb Scarab hits that would hit clumps of Dragoons instead. So that's a good use of the Zealot, too. I like it. I like the strategy of Rich here. He's going to cover his own guys. Oh, ooh, 2 separate attacks. So Zealot Reaver up here at the 3rd base of BISU and a larger attack heading south. I don't know if this timing is going to work out exactly. Oh man, there's a Reaver. 2 Reavers at the top of this ramp too. Okay, so let's kill this cannon, I guess. Oh, the reload! Big hit! Rich gets the head off on the guys. Knocking BISU down to 40 probes. Oh, that was a big one. Did he make it out too? He made it out too. One of the Reavers made it out. This group, I feel like they could have made an assault over here and maybe gotten something done if BISU's all distracted up at his 3rd base, but they just kind of moved out and then didn't do anything. He said, no, I got the damage I wanted. I killed a bunch of probes. Okay, we're not making it out. We're not making it out. He should have just left his Reaver on the ground and gone for another shot. That was a misread. Misread by Rich for sure. Fourth base warping in from Rich on the right side, though, here at the 3 o'clocker. BISU's looking like taking a fourth base, but this is more defensive position. Oh, Reaver shot. We're going to shut down that fourth base. Never mind. Woof, woof. Oh, and the DT gets a Reaver for Rich. What? Ooh, DT's out from BISU 2-0 now. That's fun. I don't want to go deep in there. There's probably an obs or a cannon back here somewhere. There is a cannon back there. So yeah, good call getting out of there. 160 to 145 supply here in favor of Rich. DT in there causing some problems. No, that's a bigger army for BISU, though. Where's the rest of the stuff from Rich? It's back here. Like, maybe don't engage with everything. Don't engage BISU's entire army until you have your army there. Okay, storm dodging. Part of the play now. Ob sniping also part of the play. Fourth base getting re-warped in. Okay, it's just one. It's a re-warped in here. Oh, and Tengu is another one. If you haven't been watching the Tengu replays because you're like, who is this scrub? Go watch them. Come on. I'm not posting bad games on the channel. I'm not posting BISU Rex Tengu, unknown player. Like, that's not fun to watch. It's a great game. Every game I post with Tengu has been an amazing game. He is someone we need to watch out for, too, in this up-and-coming scenario of who are going to be the legends in the Brood War scene in the coming decade, right? Am I going to be still casting Brood War in the coming decade? Absolutely. Brood War is forever. I don't know how many times I have to say that for you guys to believe me. Okay. Most of you guys believe me, I'm sure. But, yo. BISU's back up. 165 to 159 supply. Decent storm, I guess. It was all right. Upgrades, I guess we checked those. +1 attack to a +1/+1. So BISU has an upgrade advantage for his units. Rich is like, okay, why is there nothing stopping me from getting into this position? Because BISU was out. BISU was away from home. Reaver connections are reavery, man. Storm is up. Reavers from the left side and the downside, and BISU taking some storm, taking some Reaver hits. Falling back to the high ground here is Rich. Archon against Zealot. A pretty good answer here to those boys. Trying to micro Reaver shots, but Rich again has to fall back here. The good news for Rich, he's got a fourth base. As an obs gets sniped, he's got a fourth base. He's mining from it. BISU's on 3. Gotta keep looking for this to be a base or this to be a base. It's not. BISU, ooh, maybe smelling a little bit of blood in the water here. Maybe. Okay, I mean, this is dangerous stuff, man. Shuttle in the open like this. Trying to hunt down a bunch of Dragoons? Ugh. Third base of Rich under assault. Reaver's getting some hits off, but high ground belongs to Rich, and BISU is going to respect that. Yeah, +2. Okay, so it's +2 attack from Rich. And +1/+1 on the armor for BISU. BISU is also getting a +2 attack upgrade. So right now, upgrades are about even, but BISU will have an advantage here in just a couple minutes. Reaver unload. Good pro pull. Great pro pull out of Rich. Oof, shuttle. Very, very close to death there. And BISU does get a fourth base. Minerals only. High grounding it here. So 43 to 46 workers. Both players have taken some hits to their economies and not done a ton to replace them. Remember when it was 50-50? It was basically a 50 worker to 50 worker setup. I remember that. The atmosphere, the beautiful atmosphere of Protoss. We're gonna get, man, 5th bases are a little bit rare in PvP. Can't remember a lot of PvPs I've cast where someone gets a 5th Nexus anywhere. 4 is about the max that we generally get here. So Rich, trying to make this happen. BISU's maxed out. BISU's got a lot of Archons, and he's brought the Zealots into the fold. He believes in the Zealots now. His Archon count is a lot higher, but Storm. So it's going to be Archons versus Storm here. And On its face, I would say Storm is better than Archon's in a direct engagement, right? Archon range is kind of garbage. Storm can be cast from a decent distance away. It's bigger splash than the Archons can do. Archons are going to be good against enemy Zealots, but not much else. They're good at tanking damage from enemy Dragoons, though. So that's kind of their whole thing. Yeah, but look at this dance. Doing the dance. Give me a chance to do a hip-hop dance. Give me a chance to do a dance. There's cannons up here. Oh, he's throwing up the Nexus. Ugh. BISU, I think he's expanding down to a 5th base as well. And kind of going for it, because you're maxed out, right? Not going for it when you're maxed out feels weird and wrong and gross. But never mind, he pulls back. He could have threatened this base and this base simultaneously. He decides to fall over this way instead. Because Rich is moving it. Rich is going for it? No, man. Okay, but BISU's going for it? Yes, okay, I guess we're going for it. BISU's like, we don't want to fight. Let's base race. Base race. Bunch of probes of Rich get caught out immediately. And I don't even know, man. Who's on top right here? Both players have big, scary armies. Reavers, Dragoon, all of this stuff is good against buildings. Buildings are dying. Dragoon pathing is derpy, but Archon pathing is pretty derpy too. Trying. Hang on. Aw, this DT wanders into a cannon and gets killed. Kind of a waste of a DT, honestly. Trying to high ground Reaver deal with this stuff. BISU's defending his base with DTs as well. Did we bring an observer with us? Rich, yes, there is an observer cruising in. So this little defensive DT thing isn't going to do anything. Oh, the 3rd base of Rich goes down. The main base is under attack. Both players' production capabilities are in a lot of danger, and I do not think either of them can be salvaged. We are base racing this thing. I think I have to epic tag this just because it's a base race. How often do we get a base race in Brood War? Never. Definitely never. So here goes nothing. Sweet base race. Both players have income. Sort of. Yeah, I mean, BISU's third base is looking great. So he has income, but if you don't have any gateways, it doesn't really matter, which is why he's firing up cannons up here. I do feel like some gateways up there would be good, but real estate's a little bit limited. So he's just going to kind of pylon wall, cannon, Reaver, try to keep the Protoss out here. Both players, main bases are gone at about the same time. The synchronization here has been kind of nice. Nah, BISU actually finished his food, his vegetables earlier. Rich had a DT, Obs clears that out. So now both players have a single, well, there's 2 bases for Rich. Hang on a second. Rich has more buildings. Let's look. Oh, sorry. Oh, did I not close teams? Sometimes I finish work and I don't close teams on my computer. I work from home, in case you hadn't noticed. Sorry about that. That was not you. Anyway, attack at the 12 o'clock here by Rich. Not much to stop it. 2 Reavers. Bam, bam. Coming in to make it even worse for Rich. So it is now a 1 base to a 1 base type scenario. Does Rich want to try to take out the remaining buildings of BISU or take out the army of BISU? We're in a base race, sir. Get it. Get this. You can't. Okay. The one thing you can't really do in a base race scenario is hang out in the middle of the map and dance around and be indecisive about things. BISU's not going to engage with you, man. BISU's not going to engage with you. I really don't think he is. I think he's going to go to try to wipe out your base, and your best bet is try to wipe out his. Because BISU does not want to fight you. Rich looks like he wants to fight BISU over here. He does. A couple pylons being thrown up in places to make it harder for the enemy to win the base race. Oh, good storm on Rich's forces. Did he have to do it? I think he did it to have to kill a DT. Oh, I don't know. 150 to 98 supply. Rich is like, no, maybe I don't want to do this. Why were you engaging in the first place? Because he doesn't want to go after BISU's third. This game is crazy. Okay, falls back to some high ground. If you're going to engage, this is the place to engage, man. I wish Archons had better available coloring on them, because I have no idea who's Archons or who's Archons here, other than the ones that are just sticking close by. The purple Dragoons or the blue Dragoons, you know? Like, look at these dudes. Yeah, blue spinny things and purple spinny things, but from back here, can you really tell what color that is? I guess. But in the chaos of battle, maybe not as much. Okay, Rich decides, I'm going... Ooh, gets a hit on the enemy Reaver, but doesn't take one in return. BISU's Reaver takes a hit. That's a weird place for a Reaver, but I like it. Rich falls back. Look, this is an engagement on your base, and Rich is just sitting over there. Not doing anything. Okay, BISU doesn't like what he sees, and Rich hasn't even tried. He has not made an effort to get up here and kill this base. He hasn't attacked it. He hasn't really looked at it. He knows it's there. Yeah, this is something. 95 to 81 supply in favor of Rich. And BISU's actually... BISU's actually up in worker count. Oh, loses a Reaver. Not good. Not good at all here. Oh, wait, what? Ah! Attacks his own gateways, and GG BISU taps out, and Rich is your winner. What? What? Why? What is the game state where BISU from here is like, nope, not winning this one, and just taps? Because they both have really entrenched, really defended bases that are going to be hard to get to and hard to take down. I get that. I mean, it did manage to get a gateway up, but they're coming out on the wrong side of the gateway. And these two gateways of Rich are providing a lot of... Oh, is that it? Is that him just basically being like, my enemy has two gateways he's producing out of and income. And I have, I have two gateways, but one of my gateways, the dudes are stuck. In order to get him out of there, I have to kill my gateway, which is counterproductive. And that puts me incredibly behind. Plus, I took this earlier than Rich did, so these minerals will last a smaller amount of time than these minerals will. I think that's it. I think that's the calculus that BISU was doing here. To where he's like, nope, this is not going to work out for me in the long run. My army value is smaller. He's got Storm. I don't have any Storm. I've got 2 Reavers to my name. And I just lost one of my Reavers. I have 1 Reaver to my name here. Are there any High Templar in this army? Actually, no. And that's it. GG. I think that was it. I think he just said my minerals are going to last a much, much smaller amount of time. Compared to this one, I can't break this, but this matters to me less than it matters over here. And Rich takes down BISU. I told you that these players are good stuff, man. Wow. That was awesome. That was truly, 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 truly an awesome, awesome display of how to play PvP there. It was close. It was really, really close here. We base raced and ended up with both players having a base, but sometimes that happens. And Rich takes down BISU. Okay, so next time you see Rich, right, in the title of a replay, don't be like, meh, scrub. He killed BISU, guys. Don't underestimate him. 168,000, 166,000 points here. BISU on the lower side there. Both players produced similar numbers of units. Rich killed more units, though, and lost fewer. And then resources are going to be pretty tight. Man, 43,700 to 43,400. BISU actually outspent our guy Rich by, I mean, the tiniest 300 and something, 320 resources. It's not even worth talking about. But here, just killed a few more. the bases that remained at the end. One was fresher, one was older. I think that's the key. So awesome stuff. Really, really fun PvP there from this dude Rich. We gotta do it. We gotta see more Rich. So absolute GG from me. And that's gonna be it from me at Falcon Paladin. Check it out. Did I lose my ending there? I did. So that's going to be it for me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. If you like what you saw and what you heard today, you can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.